updates. This is the intended stream. It's not on this route. So just got done with a little bit of Pokemon Go. Did stream that for some reason. But that's on the VOD, so if anyone's interested, there you go. But anyways, now heading home. And once I get home, updates on the earthquakes, Terate, which was Tropical Cyclone 2, and updates on Typhoon Naoto, and that's about it. Outside of that, just streaming for insurance purposes and seeing what else is happening. Some dude was glaring at me, trying to avoid camera. It's like, I understand. That's why I aimed it towards the road, so you want to be on camera. But that's an awesome truck. Definitely a gas guzzler, but it's an awesome truck. And also, another thing, this is the first time since October that prices have dropped for gas, have dropped below $3 a fucking gallon. And like supposedly because Biden released 50 million barrels of oil from reserves, because I don't fucking know why. You're just holding it hostage to begin with. Like, bitch, that's a week's worth of oil in the U.S. because the demand is so high. On top of that, half of that went to fucking China. So it's like, that's half a week's worth. It's like, why? Why are you doing this? Like, why are you putting us on a fucking oil ration? What the fuck, Jimmy Carter 2.0? Or just wait now as a fucking volcano in the Pacific Northwest to erupt. And it'll be a fucking mirror image of fucking Jimmy Carter. Like, apologies for the rant, but oh my gosh. Last thing there. But it's like, oh my gosh, this dude just pisses me off. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one he pisses off, let's be honest. Like, clearly, judged by... Okay, what the fuck happened to you? But, clearly, judged by the polls, he pissed off at least 70% of the fucking country. So, yeah. I'm not the only one, that's for sure. And I'm definitely not in the minority. So, yeah, midterm's gonna be fun. But, I digress from that. But, again, gas prices are dropping due to that, I guess. That will reduce it for right now. Plus, with it being winter, school's in play, and all that, the need for gas will drop. So on top of that, the demand is less to begin with. And then releasing the oil, that's definitely gonna drop it. So this is the yearly, it's gonna drop in the winter because less people will be traveling. It's just dangerous to travel, especially the northern tier of the U.S. It's like, but then again, I don't fucking know, because it's December, we're approaching 70, we're possibly hitting 80 tomorrow. Thing is, record high for December in this town is 75. We're looking at that for tomorrow. So we could very likely break the record for the warmest temperature seen in Pittsburgh, Kansas in the month of December. So, I'm not sure if it's summer or winter anymore. The trees being naked says winter. The temperature says May. So it's like, okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. This is one of those things like, okay, climate has really been out of whack. And speaking of that, Pinatubo erupted the other day. Luckily, it's not strong enough to cause any climate changing issues. Outside, maybe a little bit more rain in the immediate vicinity for a few days, maybe, I don't know. As there was this phreatic eruption, which is mostly steam with a little bit of ash, at least to my knowledge. But there's a little bit of steam and ash, smoke, nothing too crazy. But steam becomes rain, so. But, and well, it went away from where Nyota is, but it did head towards where 94W, the invest near Thailand, is. So, likely won't interact with any systems, but yeah. But Pinatubo is a volcano that is capable of changing the world's climate, although temporarily. Camaro, okay. But it is capable of doing that. And it has done so in the 90s. Some would say it is what led to the hurricane season that gave us Hurricane Andrew. So, but that's not the only volcano on the chopping block for screwing us over. I'm not talking about La Palma. There's another one in Turkey that's starting to wake up. I forget the name, but it may be tied with the whole Noah's Ark story. But also that volcano, whenever it does erupt, it tends to be explosive. Like Plinian explosive. So this thing could, and it is starting to wake up. It is starting to swarm with the earthquakes. Started with like a 5.1 that hit a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, a couple months. I don't really remember the timeline, but a 5.1 and then swarm of earthquakes starting up. So that could definitely lead to something. I am not in the mood for a volcanically induced winter or ice age. Like, can we not do that? But with how climate change is going, I guess it'll just be more like, the temperature will feel like where it was in like the 1960s. So, I mean, I guess it would set us back with the whole climate change, so that's a plus. But it definitely would not be a plus for Turkey. It would definitely not be a plus for Turkey, as it'll get the brunt of the issues. The pyroclastic flows and all that shit. Like, a few cities are gonna go down like Pompeii, if that thing were to blow. So, thing is, it last erupted in the prehistoric time frame. So, it's one of those volcanoes where it's like, is it extinct? Is it not? You don't know until it freaking screws you over. So it's kind of like the Fagradell volcano in Iceland that went off earlier this year. Or was it 2020? I don't remember. There's too much fucking bullshit that happened over the past couple of years. Too much apocalypses. This is one of the most boring apocalypses out there. What the fuck? Let's be honest. It's a boring it's a boring apocalypse. But anyways, that does seem to be it for right now, as getting too close to home, do not want to accidentally dox myself. So stay safe. See you in the next video or stream. Bye.